Hello students. Uh, Today we will discuss about the role of quantity surveyor for the contractor. So without wasting any time, let us begin our class. So today we will discuss the main contractor quantity surveyors function. Okay. So the function of the main contractor quantity surveyor or your what you can call as your commercial manager, right? It differs from the quantity surveyor of the client. Both would have certain kind of similar roles, but also would have a lot more different roles when they work for a contractor and when they work for a client. Okay, so the basic functions which the quantity surveyor does for the contractor is he has an agreement or he needs to agree for the monthly valuation of the work which he has undertaken. So the monthly valuation of the work generally comprises of your labors, your material, cost of the material, cost of the labor, and it also include other variation. Okay, so provisional sums and all those things would be added to it, and you will get a monthly uh, valuation, and he need to go through that all that valuation and check whether uh, is that valuation sufficient to conduct those monthly exercises or monthly construction duties. Remeasuring the work or as required is also one of the basic duties which your quantity surveyor plays, because all the measurements, all the work measurements are done by the quantity surveyor of the client. Okay, so when you get a project, when the contractor gets into a project, he will send his quantity surveyor to reevaluate that whatever is being proposed on the document is exactly the same on the side, so that there are no variations which would lead into losses of funds and delay in the time. Okay, so whatever measurements has been done by the quantity surveyor of the client needs to be rechecked by the quantity surveyor of the contractor. So he will just go into all those things once again and recheck and assure the contractor that whatever the measurement has been done according to the standards, and we are good to go with the project. Okay, so the next thing is pricing of variation and architect's instructions, right? So pricing of variation, as in, see, whenever you take up a project, okay, so there would always be a variation in the price. For instance, if you start a project, generally the project, if the project is a big project, would last for maybe few years. Okay, so the construction project would last for few years. So in those few years, there would be a fluctuation of the pricing, because at the initial stage when the your quantity surveyor for the client makes the measurement and makes the bill of quantities and makes all the pricing things, he makes according to the present condition. Okay, but as the days pass by, as the time goes on, this pricing has to increase depending upon the variation in the market. Okay, so that he needs to take care of, pricing variation he needs to take care of. Okay, and also agreeing subcontractors account, and at that is also one of the important thing, that he need to look after the subcontractor. So your quantity surveyor for the contractor, main contractor, would also take care of all the subcontractors. He will look into their accounts, how much amount or payment has to needed to be done to the subcontractors, and all those things is also the function of your uh, quantity surveyor of the main contractor. Okay, so these are some of the subcontractors agreement which quantity surveyor needs to look. Okay, so if you look here in this subcontractor agreement, what you can see here is there is a basic idea you will get, that herein you will see the parties, right? Which parties are involved, what are the terms and conditions you need to take care of, service provided, what kind of service they are providing, means this subcontractor, what is he doing actually with the main contractor. For an example, main contractor has to construct an entire hotel. Okay, so what the subcontractor is doing, is he constructing roads near the hotel, or is he doing the landscaping work, or is he doing painting work, or whatever it is. Okay, so this would be your subcontractor's agreement. Okay, so yeah, so final account preparation is one more role of your quantity surveyor when he works for your contractor. So in that final account preparation, so generally what you will do is you will do your pricing day works, means as in daily pricing, how much the amount goes on the daily basis, monthly basis, yearly basis, and agreeing the final account with the your quantity surveyor of the client. Okay, so finally what you will do, once you have everything prepared, that how much funds need to be released, you will talk to the quantity surveyor of the client and tell him that how much he need to release or how much the client need to pay them. Okay, these are few more things which he need to take care of: project costs, resource utilization, project quality. See, the quantity surveyor needs to look after the quality, because when you hand over the project to the client, if the quality is below standards, then there would be an issue, and then there would be funds transfer issue, delays, lot of problems. Okay, customer satisfaction, right? That is also one of the thing which quantity surveyor has to look after. He needs to be in continuous touch with the client, take the feedbacks. Okay, so project timelines, deadlines, right? This is also one of the key factor. So all these things a quantity surveyor needs to look after. Now, preparing claims for loss and expenses. So this is a really interesting thing which a quantity surveyor does uh, in his job role, that he prepares claims for losses and expenses. Now one might say, what losses would he would occur? Okay, so see, there are various losses. Say for an example, if uh, you have a climatical disorder for, say, suppose a few months, okay, few days. Okay, so there would be certain amount of loss, because in construction industries any delay with the time would ultimately result in the loss of the funds. Okay, so as if there is any delay because of some uncertainties which were not taken into account. For an example, you had COVID, right? We had COVID period, and we were stuck in the houses, right? So that was a lean period for us. But similarly, what happened with the construction industry is that the projects which were taken during those or before that, okay, so they were supposed to be completed in maybe suppose 1 or 2 years, had got delayed, and due to which the funds uh, needed to be adjusted, right? So that's what the, if there is certain amount of loss, you can talk to your client and tell that you have occurred a certain amount of loss, and you are expecting some of those losses or complete losses to be paid, or maybe at least some of it to be paid, okay, by the client. Okay, so that is also you need to take care of as a quantity surveyor. So yeah, so losses and expenses claims are generally because of the construction delays. Contract variation is also one of the construction delays I have just talked about. Okay, so I will talk about the contract variation. Contract variation is in, say suppose if they have told you that they need say suppose uh, 2000 square feet of construction, but later if they need something else, okay, which was not part of your original plan. Okay, so what happens with that is there is a certain amount of funds which you need to get from the clients. Okay, that also you need to tell them. Okay, suspension of work on the site is one of the thing, right? Prevention to the progress of the work, such as failing to of supply of good and services. Yeah, logistic, yeah, that also plays a vital role. Logistic, as in, see, your entire schedule is pre-planned. Okay, so planning, in the planning phase itself, you will pre-plan everything. For some or the other reason, if the market does not provide you with the sufficient amount of materials, so what would it do? It will delay your project timeline, which ultimately leads to loss of your funds. Okay, so that is also uh, you need to take into consideration as a quantity surveyor for the contractor. So let us move on. So so how do you increase the chances of getting this uh, li- expenses claims from the client? Okay, so what are the chances that you will get the claim, and what are the how you will increase the chances? Okay, that is the basic thing which you need to know. Okay, so look after the contract terms very carefully. See, whenever you get into a contract, the quantity surveyor has a role to play in it. The main role is that he need to look after the contract terms very rigorously and see that is there any loophole or something at which will avoid you to claim the losses and expenses. Okay, so that you need to be aware of. Okay, and then you also need to keep good records, means as in you need to keep every single expense documented. Yeah, that you need to keep record, because no one will pay you back if you don't have any records of it. Okay, at the end of the month, if you say we have, uh, say suppose 10,000 dirhams of something, right? Expenses which we were not expecting. Okay, so how you will claim that? You need to have that bills. Okay, so all the bills you need to keep, so you need to keep good record of it. Okay, so that is the basic thing. Okay, so yeah, let's see. So apart from all this work, what else a quantity surveyor does? Quantity surveyor does the buying process. Okay, the negotiation of pricing, scheduling of materials, all those things is done by your quantity surveyor. Then he also does the estimation, right? Estimation work is done by your quantity surveyor, right? And then preparation of bill of quantities. Okay, so that is, these all are the basic functions of your roles of your quantity surveyor when he works for a contractor. Okay, I hope all this has helped you a lot in understanding the role of a quantity surveyor for a contractor. Okay, so the role of the quantity surveyor for a contractor and the role of the quantity surveyor for the client differs a bit. Just go through the PDF or slides which I have shared on Moodle, and let's see how you do it. So thanks a lot. That's it for today.